Hi there, this is Veena. Welcome to Patter Cake. Today we are going to make the best eggless soji cake, that too without an oven. From kids to older folks, everyone loves it. It's an easy recipe, so let's see how to make it. We'll start with a grinder jar to which we'll transfer 1 1/4 cups of rava or semolina. Use any kind of rava. To the grinder jar, we'll also add 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar, 1/2 cup and 1/4 cup. For flavor, we'll add the seeds of 14 to 15 cardamom pods. You could also use 3/4 of a teaspoon of ground cardamom or 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. But vanilla will have to be added later on to the batter. We have to now grind this well. I'll grind it and be back. Here's the ground mix. Let's transfer it to a bowl. You won't get a very fine powder like flour. It will be slightly grainy. Here I have 1/2 cup of hot milk. We'll add this to the soji or semolina mixture. Mix everything well and then we'll cover it and let the soji soak in the milk for around 30 minutes. In the meanwhile, let's prepare the cake pan. Here's an 8.5 inches by 4.5 inches loaf pan that I've already greased with oil. Let's line only the bottom with parchment paper. Oil the top of it too. And then dust the inside of the whole pan with wheat flour or atta. We are not using maida in this recipe. Instead of a loaf pan, you could also use either a 7-inch round pan or a cooker container, either of steel or aluminium, or a 6-inch square pan. Let's keep this aside and sift a 1/4 cup of whole wheat flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. We need to add a small amount of flour to bind the ingredients and give the cake a better texture. If you use only rava, the cake may look good, but it will be too crumbly. Unless it's like a Goan bath cake, in which you use only rava, no maida, but you have eggs to bind the cake ingredients. Also, some rava cake recipes have a much higher flour proportion, but then the cake becomes closer to other cakes. The minimum amount of flour, like in this cake, is the best proportion. Next, to a mixing bowl, we'll add 3 tablespoons of milk cream. I got this by boiling full cream milk, but you could also use packaged fresh cream. We'll also add 3 tablespoons of oil. Use any cooking oil without a strong smell. Let's whip the milk cream and oil well with a whisk. In place of oil, you could also use melted ghee or butter. I'm using oil because oil will keep the cake moist for a longer time. Let's also add a 1/4 cup of yogurt and whisk the mixture yet again. It should be smooth and free from lumps. To this mix, let's add in a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now let's check our rava mixture. The rava has soaked up the milk and fluffed up. We'll now add this too to the mixing bowl and whisk the mixture well. After that, we'll whisk in the wheat flour mixture till we get a smooth batter. I forgot to mention that instead of wheat flour, you could also use maida or all-purpose flour or corn flour. Let's now switch to a spatula and add a little yellow color to the batter to make the cake look even more appetizing. You could use food color or a little saffron or use a natural food color like turmeric. Mix a quarter teaspoon of turmeric powder with 1 teaspoon of water and mix it into the batter. Finally, we have to adjust the consistency of the batter if necessary. The batter has to have a thick, flowing consistency. If the consistency is too thick, like a dropping consistency, add a little milk to it. If it's too thin, mix in a little wheat flour. This batter already has the right consistency and needs no adjustment. Let's pour the batter into the prepared pan and then tap it to remove any air bubbles. Here I have some finely chopped pistachios, almonds and cashew nuts, but you could use any nuts of your choice. Let's sprinkle the finely chopped nuts on top. Even this small amount of nuts will further enhance the taste of the cake. Time to bake our cake. Here I have a kadai preheating on low heat for around 5 minutes. I've placed a trivet inside to have a gap between the pan and the bottom of the kadai. We'll bake the cake on low heat for around 30 to 35 minutes or till a skewer inserted into it comes out clean. You could also bake the cake at 180 degrees centigrade, that's 350 to 360 Fahrenheit, in an oven for around 40 minutes. It's been 30 minutes, so let's check our soji cake. Lovely! It has risen well and also has a golden brown color. But let's do a skewer test to check if it has baked fully. The skewer is clean, so let's turn off the heat and remove the cake from the kadai. We'll now cover the cake and let it cool for around 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, it's time to demold the cake. Our cake has baked perfectly and is nice and spongy. But let me slice it and show you exactly how soft and spongy it is. And how well it has baked. While this cake was cooling, I baked a smaller eggless soji cake but in the oven. This too has risen well and has browned perfectly. I'll slice this too and show you how it has baked. Nice and spongy. So, whether you bake it in a kadai or in an oven, do make this soft, moist, eggless semolina cake at home and enjoy it with your loved ones. And tell me how your cake turned out, okay? It's a great cake to make at home. A final appeal to please like the video and subscribe to my channel right away. Bye for now. Take care and see you in my next video. Till then, happy cooking!